Hey there, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. It is day 233 of 365 days of Ask How Do I Love Myself Today. Today is one of the 9th days where I take the day off, and I have done stuff all day long. I haven't really taken anything off other than I haven't done work things today. So I wanted to check in and show you the tower garden. Hey, Donato. This is some yummy stuff. This is like Chinese cabbage, and this one is from the original tower. And even though we have a cabbage bug in here, it still is just growing so gorgeously. We still have some Brussels sprouts happening. We have upcoming new watercress. We have lettuce that has bolted and is now fairly bitter and chewy, but we're still actually chopping it up, slicing it really thin, and making salads out of it. The Swiss chard is finally coming on gorgeously, loving that. And then this Swiss chard, whoa, it's really going. We have a nice little lettuce here that is still soft and edible. Looks like right here, this is actually my parsley going to seed. One of my parsley things snuck up on me, and I'm letting it do that. This is actually arugula, and the arugula mostly I've just been eating the flowers because I don't have a whole lot of the greens. And the flowers are spicy and yummy. And then here we've got a flower going on this lettuce, so we're going to nip that off. The kale's looking really good, other than there is the cabbage bug loves this too. And the parsley is from the original. They're still doing well. A big surprise today as I came in, the last time I checked the cucumbers, this thing was like maybe 1.5 inches long, and it was just teeny. And now look at that cucumber. I mean, harvest that soon. And then down under here, there's another one, and another one, and another one. But over here, what is this hiding under here? That is a watermelon. Oh my gosh, I mean, it's teeny. I have no idea if they'll get big enough. But, and I don't even know what this thing is. It just keeps dropping the flowers, and I don't know if it's ever going to create whatever it is it was designed to grow, but it's kind of cool. Taking up some space. My basil broke off, and I just had some amazing pesto with zucchini and yellow squash and some quinoa and rice noodles. Here's another thing that I guess this was actually from the second batch of things that I put in, and it's a really lovely power green. This one is just, it's so nice. I love how it kind of dropped down and is continued to grow, and there's a little lettuce growing in with it. And oh, here we go. We're going to go ahead and nip off the flowers, keep it from going to seed, and we've got some more watercress coming in there. So that is the tower garden update. And this, I thought that this was savory, but I was looking at savory, and this doesn't look like savory at all. I couldn't find this actually anywhere in the book. It's like, it's got little, it's almost like an arrow-shaped leaf, and it's quite bitter. Pretty good, though. I really like it as a wrap, a veggie wrap for, like, beans. And then this tomato is, like, amazing, though it's got the blight. But it still has just produced some really lovely tomatoes. And this yellow squash, this, for some reason, they're loving growing back here. They're getting really massive. The skin is a bit tough, so I've been just taking the peeler to it and peeling that off, and then I spiralized up a bunch for the zucchini and yellow squash pasta today, or with pesto. And the pesto mostly came off of the tower garden. Oh, and here's another watermelon. It got a little damaged when I was washing everything down. But there's another one. There's another one. Hey, Jake. doing a tower garden update tonight. And that's about it. So how have I loved myself today? Today, it's so funny. It's like, I take a day off and my to-do list is even longer than my usual work day to-do lists. So I've accomplished a lot of things. I made lemon bars. We have an amazing Meyer lemon tree. And so I made gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, sweetened with coconut sugar and maple syrup lemon bars, and just waiting for, yellow squash. Yeah, it's zucchini. Yeah, we call it zucchini as well. There's another vegetable we call squash. Yeah, squash. It's interesting. They call summer squash. Zucchini is summer squash. And then the hard squashes are the winter squashes. Squashed yellow tomato. Looks like a squashed yellow tomato. Julie, you're hilarious. So great to have you joining me for today's live. How are you loving yourself today? What have you been doing to love yourself? How about you, Jake? How about you, Donato? I love you changed your name, but you're gonna have to tell me how you're pronouncing it. Da Capone. Yeah, so just taking care of things around the house, and even though I really wanted to do work today, I scheduled a massage. I have a friend that's learning a new style of, not confusing at all. Yeah, it's like spatulas and spatulas. The ones that are, you did prayer meditation? Always, oh yeah, it's always amazing. I actually did that this morning before I got out of bed. And the infinity meditation as well. But I have a friend that's studying a new form of massage, and so he's been using me as a guinea pig, and so I scheduled that for today. So that was a really fun thing to do for my day off. And yeah, so that and making those lemon bars, because I've waited until this day to make them. It's like I've been wanting to make them for the last 3 days, and I looked at the recipe online. It was like 5 hours. I'm like, 5 hours? Well, the last 4 hours are in the refrigerator to set and cool and gel. Oh yeah, it's amazing. Sometimes I fall asleep on it, so I just set what my 3 intentions are before I go into it, and then so I have that. But since I've been doing this self-love practice, the self-love experience, I meditate a whole lot more than I've ever meditated in my life. And it's really been phenomenal, the results. And I mean, there's some days when I feel like I'm a complete failure, but then I remember, hey, at least you meditated. And you got other things done. And then I remember that I'm human, and even though things don't always happen as fast as I would like them to, they're happening. And I'm loving myself. I mean, I'm really learning a lot about myself and who I am and what I bring to the world and what it is that brings me joy through this process of this self-love experience, and asking myself every day, how do I love myself? And I haven't put it on the calendar yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to do a 5-day challenge, and I think that I'll probably do it one a month. And so the first one will either be like the last week of this month, but more likely it'll be like the first week of September, and maybe I'll just have it be the first week of each month, maybe the second week of each month. Something along those lines. Hey, Ken. Wow. I haven't seen you forever. I'm just wrapping things up. So if you want the full details of the tower garden, you can go and watch it in a little bit. I'm going to be doing a self-love challenge, self-love experience challenge, 5-week challenge, starting soon, and maybe the first or second week of each month, so that people can start experiencing what it is like to every day do something, specifically to love yourself. Because the more people on the planet that are loving themselves, the more love that we're going to have. in the world. And the more you love yourself, the easier it is for you to be loved and to be in a loving, healthy relationship. And the radiant relationships start with ourselves. And creating relationships that stand the test of time start with the relationship with ourselves. Because we'll never leave ourselves, but we might treat ourselves really, really badly. And I've done that. I've beaten myself up like you wouldn't believe. I would never treat anyone in my life the way that I've treated myself. And I think that that goes for a lot of people, that we're not even aware of how mean we can be to ourselves. So I encourage you to listen to what you say to yourself and start changing it around when you hear something mean. Say something nice to yourself. And be looking for the 5-day challenge. It'll be in the Radiant Relationship Revolution. That's my Facebook page. So go ahead and like that if you haven't already. Radiant Relationship Revolution. That's where we'll be doing the challenge. So I look forward to talking with you soon. Oh, your chickens would feast on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Chickens are great for weeds. But with a tower garden, you don't get weeds. It's so lovely. I really love that. Cool. Well, awesome having you all here. Julie, Ken, Jake, and Da Capone. Really, really fun hanging out with the tower garden and you lovely humans. And I'll talk with you tomorrow on day 234 of 365 days of Ask How Do I Love Myself Today, the self-love experience. And now, go love yourself.